It was none other than Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong who delivered the most stinging assessment of Dr. Chee Soon-Juan.
He's now presenting himself as a new man, reinvented and yet unchanged and unregretful and unrepentant. And I think it's not possible. If you are a changed person, well then there must be a basis on which you say what I did previously, I regret, I'm sorry, I now resolve to go in a different direction, I resolve to be a different sort of a leader. But actually, he is not what he is, because what he says is one thing, but the reality is quite different.
Mr. Lee criticised Dr. Chee for allowing speakers at the first SDP rally to make jibes against former MP David Ong.
So last night, I was watching the rallies on the live streaming, and SDP rally, all the speakers fired away at Mr. David Ong, and then came Chee Soon-Juan at the end, and Chee Soon-Juan says, no, you must not hit somebody who is down. That's very bad. It's completely hypocritical. You get your guys to say all the bad things, and you come along and you look magisterial and benign and say, no, you must not hit somebody, having caused all your lieutenants to hit him as hard as they can.
In response, the SDP made an appeal on Facebook to keep the campaign focused on debating the issues and not character assassinations.
We believe that you can criticize what a person says or what a person does, but don't attack the person. We believe that it's fair to ask what happened to the plans that Mr. David Ong promised, the hawker center that was supposed to be coming up. But it's not right to question his character. Similarly, it's okay to criticize Dr. Chee for asking PM Goh about Singapore's promise to President Suharto 15 years ago, but attacking his character is uncalled for. A person is not defined by his or her actions or words.
But it was this last sentence that triggered a sharp rebuke from Finance Minister Heng Swee Keat. He called it one of the most astounding statements ever made in the history of Singapore politics, saying this meant a person can lie, cheat or betray someone with impunity. Mr. Heng said Dr. Tambaya and his SDP colleagues believe that character doesn't matter, that a person's words are irrelevant and that voters should ignore their actions. He also asked how voters should hold them accountable if they were running a town council. At the SDP rally that same night, SDP leaders urged voters not to be distracted by the mudslinging. Dr. Chee himself said he did not want to run his campaign on personal attacks.
I want to say this. Up until tonight, I have never brought up the issue of what his sister, Dr. Lee Wei Ling, said about him. You can search for it online or anywhere else, but you won't find anything I said about the incident because I never made any. I had ample opportunity to attack him on this, but I did not. And it would have been a very potent attack because this is not your political opponent saying it. It is your own flesh and blood making these statements about you. Now, I want you all to imagine if it had been my sister saying these things about me, what do you think would have happened? Do you think that the PAP would have gone to town with this? And even though I did not attack Mr. Lee, he has no hesitation in continuing to disparage me.
The personal attacks spurred some Singaporeans to start an online petition in protest. Incidentally, among the 4,500 signatures collected was from one Dr. Lee Wei Ling. But the Prime Minister's sister quickly issued a clarification, saying she did not sign the petition and had in fact a very poor opinion of Dr. Chee, adding that she did not think him fit to be in Parliament. Even while Dr. Chee mounted a defence of his character, he was embroiled in yet another controversy. This time over alleged comments on his webpage that urged Bukit Batok residents to vote along racial lines.
I see online some of the comments making this point about race in a quite open way. I hear some rumours going around within the constituency that people say just vote for the Chinese, that's good. I think it's completely wrong and bad. And I see also on Chee Soon-Juan's webpage his postings, and then there are comments And there are some comments which are along this vein too, and they have not been refuted or taken down. It is not unknown for racial sentiments to emerge and to be exploited during election campaigns.
If the PAP wants to talk about racism, then I refer you back to some of the comments that PAP leaders have made about the Malays, right? And I think that is absolutely appalling. Stop playing politics.
At his final rally ahead of cooling off day, Dr. Chee called out the PAP for its conduct during the campaign.
It's been a disappointing campaign, and the PAP has spared no effort in engaging in the most revolting and vicious type of gutter politics. The worst, I must say, is by Mr. Lee Hsien Loong, musing a made-up headline from Lianhua Wanbao to attack me. How low does the PAP want to go?
Dr. Chee sought to assure that the SDP is a responsible party. Over at the PAP's final rally, Deputy Prime Minister Tharman Shanmugaratnam gave this ringing endorsement of PAP candidate Murali Pillai.
You can trust Murali to serve you because it's you, not because you are part of his political journey. He will serve you because it's you. Each child with a difficult start, each mother who's lost her spouse, each couple in the sandwich class who has difficulty looking after their elderly parents, is because of you. He's helping you. You're not part of his political journey. And that's the first thing you can trust Murali to do, to serve you because it's you.
Mr. Murali also promised that he will fight to make a difference.
Bukit Batok residents, you do not need to worry whether or not I will push hard for your legitimate interest in Parliament. Politics is not a career for me. It is a cause. I will not be muzzled.
This is the 5th time Dr. Chee is running for elected office.